Hi everyone, it's Micol. Welcome back to our channel. So today I wanted to talk to you about the 5 books that I currently have on my wish list. I am an avid reader. I'm always trying to further my knowledge and I'm always trying to learn something new and maybe something different, especially reading often the opposite than what I believe to kind of challenge my beliefs and see kind of how that will change my point of view or possibly my knowledge on a certain subject. Now, you know that I am a clearly passionate pet mama, and I'm also an osteopath and homeopath for animals. So I tend to always veer towards things that are more on the holistic side, but I actually also included books that I have included for myself to help me be a lot more balanced and let's just say a better human being, because that will mean my animals are feeling a lot more happy and more balanced. The first book is definitely The Forever Dog by Dr. Karen Becker and Rodney Habib. Now, this is a book for dog owners, but I would also consider it a dog for cat owners as well. So unfortunately, as cat owners, we don't have as much literature as dog owners do. So we kind of always have to adapt the knowledge that we have to the animals that we have. And many of the things that are listed in this book actually also apply to cats as well. So I would definitely consider it if you are just a kitty owner. Now, I haven't read this book yet, and I haven't read most of the books that are on this list. Obviously, they're on my wish list. I gave it off to family and friends, but I have followed Dr. Becker, and I know that she is a wonderful veterinarian and really strong voice in the integrative medicine community, and I really like the structure of the book. So I went through the outline and I really like how it kind of introduces subjects kind of in a light way, but it kind of gives us a little bit step-by-step small things that we can do to ensure that our dogs, our current dog, will be forever dogs. Basically, will live as long as life as they can. And what I love here is that the emphasis is not on just long life. The emphasis is on quality of life. So animals that are treated correctly based on their body and their mind as well actually end up living longer, fuller lives, and their quality of life actually stays quite high for their age, and it only drops at the very end of their lives, which is something that I obviously wish for my animals and for myself as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, I highly recommend this book, and I'll let you know, maybe do a book review if you're interested right after Christmas, as soon as I get it, because I'm hoping it's coming my way. So positive energy that it's coming. Now, while The Forever Dog is actually more of a base level book for basically any dog owner, and as I said, any pet owner as well, the next book, Feeding Dogs by Dr. Connor Brady, is more aimed towards raw feeders and people in the veterinary medical community. It's still a book that I believe anybody can read. I have heard Dr. Brady speak at the Raw Feeding Veterinary Society Congress last year and really liked what he presented. His book was just basically getting published then. I love that they have donated many of their books to vet students and to veterinarians who are interested in feeding raw, who are wondering what the tenets might be of feeding raw and what the science might be behind feeding raw animals. I highly recommend it, and I'm really looking forward to reading my copy. And this one, I know for a fact it's already under the Christmas tree. So excited. I will let you know after I read it how I find it, but I highly recommend it. And as we're getting a little bit more into the meaty books, so ones that have really a lot more to do with health and wellness, the next book is one that I am really hoping will be on my Christmas list. If it's not, I'm definitely buying it for myself. Actually, my birthday's in January, so I'll probably buy it by the end of January if I don't get it by my birthday. And it's by Caroline Ingram, Animal Self-Medication. I've only recently discovered Caroline, and I'm really curious. She does have an online course that will be coming out in the spring, but we don't have any specifics on it yet, but I will definitely let you know if you're interested, because I am 100% interested. The base of this book is that animals will self-select certain remedies, in this case, essential oils and herbs, and they will kind of self-medicate. I'm really fascinated by this concept. Of course, on the one side, there is my skeptical side who says, obviously, if I have to choose between like peanut butter and jelly and like an apple, I'm probably gonna pick peanut butter and jelly. Actually, I'm European, so I'm probably gonna pick Nutella over an apple. But we can't really trust ourselves or animals who always pick the best for them. This is where all of this movement was really, really interesting to me. And as I said in the beginning, I always like to kind of read the opposite of what I believe to see how it will change how I feel. I have seen several integrative veterinary professionals actually talk about self-medication, and I have read several blogs of people who went through her diploma course when she had one, and they were really impressed. And I'm going to add one more thing to tell you why I think that this is really a cool book. I think it's every dog owner and cat owner, and she also has a specific section for horses, so it's wonderful because it's very inclusive. Why it would be helpful for us. So I had a friend that I went to homeopathy school with who is a veterinarian, and she worked with some of the holy waters, and she actually believed in putting the holy waters in different containers and letting her animals actually choose whether they wanted to drink water that was plain tap water or water with different holy waters. Basically, she had different bowls all over her house, and her animals actually self-medicated. I found that really fascinating, and that's kind of how this book resonated for me. So if this is something you're interested in, I highly recommend that you go check it out. Definitely consider the book. Small caveat, this is a little bit more of an expensive book, which is why it's on my Christmas list. But I still think, especially for books that I will use as reference, I still think it's worth buying, and especially buying the hardcover version. I am really just kind of like a more Audible and Kindle kind of reader or listener, mostly because living abroad, I mean, it's really expensive to buy English language books when you are in Europe. It's getting better, but it is more expensive than when I was in the US. So it's easier with Kindle. But if I have books like the ones that I just mentioned here and the next that I will tell you about, I actually prefer to have the hardcover version. I kind of consider them more textbooks, things that I want to go back and refer to, and I want to be able to put notes and bookmarks and things. So yes, a little bit more of a pricey aside, but yeah, it might be worth it. So as I was working through my list, I really felt that it was really kind of medical and knowledge-based, and I felt that I wanted something that would help me be a little bit more balanced and help my animals. It's really hard to explain. It sounds maybe a little bit contrite, but the reality is when it comes to taking care of me, I just kind of put myself on the side. I never take the time to take care of me because I want to take care of my animals. That's my number one priority. So seeing the effects that my well-being has on them has really helped me try to hone on to my own needs. So the books that I have selected are really interesting. So first of all, I put the books by Mel Robbins, the High Five Formula and the 5-Second Rule. And it actually ended up on my Audible playlist basically a week ago. So that's not on my Christmas list anymore. And I listened to it, all of it, twice already. I loved it. I went on to the 5-Second Rule, loving it. So I obviously removed them from my Christmas list. I highly recommend them if you like Mel Robbins, the way she speaks. She is a wonderful voice to have whispering in your ears. I have really enjoyed it, and it's really helped me, especially with motivation and self-worth, and it's fantastic. So definitely a great Audible read. And obviously, because I'm already listening to it, I removed these from my Christmas list. I put The Power of Vulnerability. I have read most of Brené Brown's books. Actually, I've listened to them. She is a wonderful speaker. She's really helped me, especially with feeling ashamed when I felt that I was making a mistake as a pet owner. My animals truly are my family. They're my children. They're my partners. They are my best friends. And I do feel the weight of their well-being and the weight of taking care of them. So I have made mistakes, like we all do, and I really feel the weight of it, and the shame is really built up in me. And reading Brené Brown has really helped me let go of it and just kind of ground myself, center myself, and forgive myself, and really kind of be lighter and be a much better mama to my lovely animals. So I highly recommend it. The Power of Vulnerability is actually a book that was recorded during a seminar. So she's actually speaking to people. So when you listen to the recording, it sounds like it's in person. That's what the sample sounds like. So definitely highly recommend it. Great listen. And the final one that I really liked and I wanted to explore, it's The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. I heard about this from a fellow YouTuber, Justine LeConte. She has no idea who I am. I love her videos. She is so straightforward. She is also an expat. She's from France, living here in Germany. I will link her YouTube channel below. If you are into fashion, she's got a great channel, so you can check it out. She was mentioning that she had read this book and she thought it was really helpful. So I actually went and read what it looked like, and I'm really looking forward to going through it. So the Artist Way is basically a 12-week program, and the book kind of leads you week by week to help you develop your creativity and the artist within you. And it doesn't have to be a YouTube creator or, you know, a painter or whatever other artist. There is an artist inside all of us. And especially for those of us who are more into the scientific field, you know, the engineering, the mathematics, we're not the non-artsy people, let's say. We were really stifled as kids because maybe we weren't, you know, the best artists, and then, you know, our drawings were not shown, and we were praised because we are so logical, we're so straightforward, and look at these artsy people who cannot even complete a math problem. And so I feel that there is this polarity that has been created, and we are kind of stuck in it. And I don't think that's fair. All of us have something creative inside of us that we need to share. And as pet owners, being stifled and being stuck really kind of impacts our animals. And so I thought that that might be a really good kind of program to go through. And of course, as I was going through this list, I also found a list of items that I got my animals that I feel have really impacted not only their lives, but also my life, and in particular, making me feel like they are happier and taking a lot of weight off of my shoulders. So if you are wondering what to get your animals, or you're interested in what some of these items might be, I'm going to link the videos right here. Give your dog and cat a kiss from us, and we'll see you in the next one.